Right now, the president about to make a historic move to support the thousands of striking auto workers across the Midwest.
Plus, how a community feels as it deals with the fallout from a shooting that injured 3 teenagers.
And the rain continues to fall across the Madison area. We're seeing light to moderate rain. It looks like it's going to be a rainy commute. We'll have more coming up.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast. Okay, the headline this morning, it's rainy.
It's wet.
Rainy.
It's going to rain.
It's going to rain.
Yeah,
currently raining, and then it's going to rain some more.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
you don't need to go anymore. He's got it covered.
No.
Thanks for watching, folks.
So,
see you later.
The bulk of it's coming in right now.
Oh,
so okay. It's going to get a little bit better later this morning, but for the morning commute, it's going to be kind of hectic. We've got the rain falling, obviously reduces visibility. You got the puddles out there, could cause some hydroplaning. So allow some extra time, slow down, and make sure you have plenty of space between the vehicle in front of you. Now, the heaviest of rain has broken up here in Madison right now. We're not seeing the real heavy downpours like we saw a couple of hours ago, but still, we've got all that water that we had accumulated overnight. Many locations 1 to 2 inches. We've had some pockets in southwestern Dane County, according to our Doppler radar, of over 4 to 5 inches of rain. Light to moderate rain here in Madison right now. It's Stoughton seeing some moderate showers right now, currently lifting up to the north. So the bulk of the rain coming in this morning, you can see it's kind of training over the same areas, right over Madison, Dane County. See the bulk of the rain. As we get toward the noon hour, a lot of this starts to lift to the north, and then scattered showers for the afternoon, maybe a rumble of thunder. Just keep the umbrella handy. It won't be as widespread as what we're seeing now. But it's going to be wet the next couple of days, more scattered showers tomorrow. Then we've got some beautiful weather toward the end of the week, maybe getting close to 80 by the end of the weekend. Meantime, we're talking about the rain this morning, a couple rumbles of thunder, still even into the afternoon, but not as numerous as what we're seeing this morning. Temperatures approaching 70. More on some of those rainfall totals and when we can expect this rain to finally get out of here, coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. With a full government shutdown potentially just days away, the House is going to try and pass several spending bills today to try and keep some parts of the government open.
A shutdown would mean no pay for millions of federal employees, including a lot of them here in Wisconsin. Our Shane Hogan is here now to break it all down for us. Shane, big impact here.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. We're starting with a live look here at the U.S. Capitol, where Congress has just 5 days to get this deal done before the government will indeed shut down. The White House says a shutdown would mean at least 4 million federal workers won't get paid. That's including over 40,000 people here in Wisconsin. At issue is a group of Republicans who are holding up the process and lobbying for deep spending cuts. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he's frustrated with his own party because of it.
Why would they want to stop paying the troops or stop paying the border agents or the Coast Guard? I don't understand how that makes you stronger. I don't understand what point you're trying to make.
It'll be difficult the way we live today and the rising cost of living. It would be very, very difficult.
Well, you just heard the concern there from a veteran. Many worried they'll lose out on discounted health care and food services on local military bases if they are indeed heading for a shutdown. Now, today, the House is expected to vote on a package of bills to keep parts of the government open. Government funding runs out on Saturday just before midnight. So we will keep an eye on this, guys. But those spending bills they're going to try to pass today will be the first step towards if we know if there will be a full shutdown or not.
5 days to go. Shane Hogan, thank you very much.
Well, we've got some new information now. 7 candidates are officially preparing to take the stage in the second GOP presidential debate. The list of candidates for tomorrow include Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, former Governor Nikki Haley, former Vice President Mike Pence, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, Tim Scott, and Doug Burgum. It is scheduled for 8 p.m. our time. That'll take place in California. The candidates had to meet a number of fundraising and polling criteria to make the cut for this. Most notably, frontrunner Donald Trump will be again sitting out. He instead is going to talk with striking auto workers in Detroit.
Speaking of, today, President Biden will be in Michigan on the picket lines with those striking auto workers. This makes him the first president in American history to walk a picket line. UAW President Shawn Fain is going to join him. Biden has recently voiced his support for those union members. He says workers should benefit from the industry's growth, citing the increase in executive salaries.
Well, it looks like the Hollywood writers' strike is almost over. Today, the Writers Guild of America says leadership will vote on an agreement with studios. The agreement will have to be ratified then by about 11,000 members of the WGA. WGA says the new deal is exceptional. It includes pay from streaming services and protections from artificial intelligence. Those were two of the main sticking points for the Guild. The strike has lasted nearly 5 months and cost the industry more than $5 billion. At the Capitol, some promising news for folks with diabetes. Senator Brad Pfaff is promoting legislation that would cap the price of a month's worth of insulin at $35. The Onalaska Democrat says the bill would bar health insurance policies and governmental health plans from imposing cost sharing on insulin exceeding $35. Currently, health insurance policies that cover diabetes-related expenses have to provide for certain items like insulin, but the coverage is subject to the same limitations, deductibles, and co-insurance provisions of the policy. The Legislative Reference Bureau says this law would change that. This effort comes after the Inflation Reduction Act limited drug costs for people on Medicare, capping insulin at $35 a month. It also follows news earlier this year from drug maker Eli Lilly. The company announced it would cap its customers' out-of-pocket costs at $35 a month for people with commercial insurance who use insulin. The Green Bay woman convicted of murder, dismemberment, and sexual assault will be sentenced today. Taylor Shabiznis is facing a mandatory life in prison term for her conviction. The judge has the option, though, to set a date on when she could first seek parole. A jury convicted Shabiznis in Shad Thyron's death in a Green Bay home in February of 2022.
Police in Madison are investigating a shooting that left 3 teenagers injured over the weekend. Officers say they've recovered shell casings near the intersection of Minders Road and Crested Owl Lane on the city's southeast side. A 17-year-old boy, a 16-year-old girl, and a 15-year-old girl are all recovering, though they are expected to be okay. So far, police haven't arrested anybody in relation to the shooting, but people living in the neighborhood say they're nervous.
It makes you feel unsafe. Because honestly, if it can happen here, you know, it can happen in any neighborhood. That's how I feel.
Police are reviewing digital evidence to identify any potential suspects.
Madison police, meantime, say another shooting took place on the east side. This happened yesterday afternoon. Officers responded to a report of shots fired between 2 cars on Rickey Avenue. No one was hurt, and police have not arrested anyone in the case. If you have any information, though, that could help authorities, call Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014.
It's 6:07 now. There's a new system that Alliant Energy says could power southern Wisconsin's energy grid in the future. Taking a look at video from Energy Dome. This is billed as a first-of-its-kind sustainable energy source. Our Kyle Pozorski looked into it.
It's a strange looking device, but very simple process.
That's what Mike Bremmel, Alliant Energy's Director of Engineering and Customer Solutions, calls the Energy Dome. All
of the equipment is off-the-shelf equipment, and the process only uses 2 thermodynamic changes, so it's a reliable and cost-effective and simple solution.
Simple to Bremmel, who's been with Alliant for 20-plus years, but for most, the odd-looking device looks out of this world. Italian company Energy Dome designed the system. They say it takes carbon dioxide and compresses it down to a liquid form.
When the liquid is released into gas, that produces the energy as it transitions.
Bremmel says other renewables like solar and wind have certain deficiencies. When there's no wind, no power can be generated. No sunshine, no energy. Currently, Alliant's coal-powered Columbia Energy Center is filling in for our energy needs when renewables are not available. He says the Energy Dome will
be able to fill the gaps when you don't have the energy production from the intermittent renewable energy resources.
Alliant's goal is to one day achieve net zero carbon emissions. Their CEO saying in a statement, the Columbia Energy Storage Project is just one way we are investing in the communities we serve while building a stronger, smarter, and more sustainable energy future.
Our Kyle Pozorski reporting for us this morning. Alliant Energy has a goal to hit net zero carbon emissions by 2050. The company, though, says it can't confirm if the dome will lower energy prices for customers. 6:09 now. In Milwaukee, a community is celebrating the work of a mailman who's retiring after 3 decades of service. Michael Booth is known in the River West community as Mailman Mike. He was showered with gifts less than 24 hours after his last shift, celebrating 30 years of delivering mail. Residents say Booth is an inspiration. And as the mailman moves on to the next chapter in his life, he's encouraging others to live like he does.
Kids would always see him in the morning, and every day he walks away telling them to be a good guy, and now they say it to each other.
And maybe we all could be a little nicer to each other. What's wrong with me saying morning, afternoon? I gotta be at work. I need the money. Well, I don't need it no more.
Well-deserved retirement for you, sir. The Milwaukee Common Council also issued a proclamation honoring his years of service, along with his own mailbox.
I like that. Be a good guy. Something we could all use.
Inspiring indeed.
Right. Hey, congratulations on 30 years, sir. Coming up, just weeks away from the Badger men's hockey season opener. Can you believe it's almost hockey season? And the teams are already getting a ranking in the Big Ten preseason poll. We'll let you know where they stand coming up.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
This may sound strange, but you've been here before. You were here when this wrench was turned, and when this line was drawn. Oh, and when this stitch was sewn. You inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
Get special offers on the 2023 ES350.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We are learning more about the impact of long COVID during the pandemic on the Health Watch this morning. A new survey shows around 7% of adults, 1% of kids in the U.S. were still suffering from long COVID last year. The National Center for Health Statistics says as many as 1 million kids and almost 19 million adults have experienced those long-lasting symptoms at some point. Those numbers, though, are lower than earlier studies focused on long COVID. Speaking of the illness, more free tests are available from the federal government starting this week. The government is giving out 4 COVID tests per household. You can use them through the end of the year before they expire. You can head to covidtest.gov to get them ordered.
Meantime, a new study shows high blood pressure in adolescents is associated with a greater risk of cardiovascular events later in their lives. Researchers say the risk of a heart attack or stroke is elevated if someone has blood pressure of 120 over 80 or higher when they're just 18 years old. Experts say early detection and treatment of high blood pressure can reduce the risk of a future heart attack or stroke.
In other health-related news, those repetitive screening questions you always have to fill out at the doctor's office, well, they might be decreasing the accuracy of your responses. A study finds people are less likely to share that they suffer from anxiety and depression on those screenings if they were recently diagnosed. Experts say one reason might be the repetition of those questions chips away at the information patients choose to report about themselves. Just about 6:15 now. With fall's official start, you might be headed to an orchard to take your kids apple picking. This year, though, you might notice some of the produce is smaller than before. That's because Wisconsin's drought is leading to premature fruit ripening and then dropping. There might be less fruit to pick from after hotter, drier weather this summer. In addition to those smaller apples, you might not be able to find as many Honey Crisps as there were last year.
And things not looking so great for farmers with corn either. The droughts caused some stunted growth for corn, as well as soybeans and hay. Farmers say they're having a hard time feeding their cows because of it, rushing to cut up stunted corn while it still has enough moisture. And with less feed for the cows, those cows aren't able to produce as much milk.
They drop in production, drop like almost 15 pounds a cow per day.
For cows that typically produce 80 pounds of milk a day, 15 is a big decrease. The farmer we just heard from there is in Walworth County, which is currently experiencing a severe drought. He says he expects to make less money this year as drought continues to negatively affect his farm.
6:16, that rain out there trying to help us with the drought. Just a little bit too late for the farmers, Kelly.
Yeah, this is the time of the year where they're harvesting, so most of the crop is they're trying to get it out of the ground, and rain can be hamper that, obviously, this time of the year, but definitely need the rain. Now, the rain chances are primarily this morning. It will drop off throughout the morning hours. In fact, it's already starting to become a little bit more scattered, but throughout the afternoon, probably keep that umbrella handy because a shower could be passing through your area just about at any given time, right into the evening, the overnight period through tomorrow morning. Then the chances later tomorrow afternoon really go down, and then we'll get into some drier weather. But high resolution radar, we're not as extensive as the rainfall that we were just even half an hour, 45 minutes ago here in the Madison area, but still have some light rain. Most of this is starting to lift a little bit further to the north. Some moderate rain to the eastern parts of Jefferson County, moving toward Watertown and Dodge County. But right now, Madison, I'm in the backyard here on the southwest side in Madison. I'm not even seeing a sprinkle right now, but still some showers down to the south, maybe clipping the west side, the Fitchburg area, but mostly rain up toward DeForest now and also to the east in eastern parts of the county. Look at the impressive rainfall amounts, especially down in southwestern Dane County. There's a bullseye that, at least according to our Doppler radar, over the last 24 hours, picking up over 5 inches of rain. So that's west of Fitchburg, that bullseye. But even across all of Dane County, many locations seeing an inch to as much as 2 inches. The lone exception, north central parts of the county were about 1/2 of an inch just to the west of DeForest. But you can see extensive rainfall to the west. The red area indicating 2, 3, 4 inches of rain all the way down toward Platteville and also parts of Crawford County, seeing some of that heavy rain into parts of Richland County as well. All right, rainfall estimates that we can expect going forward. Once again, the bullseye right over Dane County, an inch, maybe an inch and a half. And everybody expected to pick up maybe a 10 to a quarter of an inch going forward because this storm system not in a hurry to get on out of here. We're getting these bands wrapping into it. So this will be affecting us tonight right through tomorrow, but it should be a little bit more scattered later today, also tomorrow. Temperatures nearing 80 this weekend. We'll get into some drier weather right now. 62 in Madison, 64 in Janesville. So it is a mild start to the day. The showers more scattered going into the afternoon, but still can expect possibly a thunderstorm producing a heavy downpour going into the afternoon, right into the evening hours and even into tomorrow. So the first warm forecast keeps it wet the next 48 hours before it starts to wind down. By Thursday, we should get back into some sunshine, 70s, maybe close to 80 by Sunday of the weekend.
Hey, love the sounds of that, Kelly. Thanks for the sunshine.
Yeah, it's looking great. Kind of like last weekend. We're going to get the rain now, beautiful weather for the weekend.
All right. Kelly, thank you very much. Hey, here's your reminder. We're still looking for those kid-size winter coats for our Coats for Kids campaign that's in partnership with Magic 98 and the Boys and Girls Club. We're trying to get to 5,000 kid-size coats by October 7th. You've got a couple weeks here. So far, you've donated 1,360. Remember, you can drop off those coats at any Clinky Cleaners location. You can also drop them off here at News 3 Now or head to our Amazon wish list on channel3000.com.
Without 5 of their best players, with Jordan Love making his Lambeau debut, trailing 17-0 entering the fourth quarter, the Packers did the impossible on Sunday, scoring 18 unanswered points to stun the Saints. Love finished with 22 completions in 44 attempts, 259 yards and a touchdown, but it really wasn't until the game's final minutes until the Packs offense clicked. Love rushed and threw for touchdowns in the game's final minutes in a day Green Bay will never forget.
It was like a nightmare that went to a dream. And I think there's parts of that where I mean, that whole fourth quarter was a blur. I've never been a part of something like that before.
You know, the way we were able to stick together, nobody flinched, and able to put up a comeback win like that, down 17. More importantly, to bounce back off, you know, the loss we had last week. I think that's just a huge confidence booster, and it brought us all together.
Man, nothing in life is easy. Nothing in life is given to you. So sometimes you just gotta take it. You gotta take what they're putting out there, and then, you know, that's just how you come out on top.
And a few weeks out from their October 7th season opener, Wisconsin men's hockey was finished to pick 5th in the Big Ten preseason poll. The Badgers hired a new head coach, Mike Hastings, this offseason to try to turn the program in a new direction. And Wisconsin kicker Nathaniel Vakos was named the Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week. That was in Bucky's 38-17 Big Ten opening win over Purdue. Vakos made 3 extra points and made 3 field goals, including a 48-yarder. And the Brewers did not play yesterday, but they'll have a chance to clinch the NL Central tonight. The Crew's magic number is 1, meaning Milwaukee, if they win tomorrow or the Cubs lose tomorrow, the Brewers lock up the division. Milwaukee is 88-68 on the year and are 6 games up on the Cubs and host the Cardinals tonight at 6:40. That's your morning sports fix. Have a terrific Tuesday.
Thanks, Andrew. Still ahead of popular menu items coming back to Culver's. That's next.
Donate kids' winter coats at Clinky Cleaners during Coats for Kids.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You need to lend a helping hand when you wake up. Just know that we're always there.
Dean Health Plan by Medica. right here with you.
Dear freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Shane Hogan's here with the trending story of the day.
Good
Shane.
morning, guys. Mark your calendars because the Curter Burger is coming back to Culver's. Remember when the three of us had a competition last year?
Vaguely.
Here's some footage for
Is
you
there a
all
camera
to
there?
enjoy. There might have been.
2, 1. Oh, yeah, now it's coming back.
We
Chris
really...
blacked out.
Chris was dressed to the tens there with his get-up.
To
The
the
fast
tens.
food chain announced the limited edition cheese curd patty topped burger will be back on the menu Monday, October 2nd, next week. Culver's did not say how long it will offer the Curter Burger this year, but it did mention in social media posts it would be for a limited time only. How do you guys feel about re-seeing this footage of us all just chowing down?
He won.
I did win. Thank you.
I'd like to point out that I was pregnant, so I had less space in there to, shove the whole
Still
burger
making
down.
excuses.
I thought it was you eat for two. I thought that was the whole thing.
Yeah, I failed.
I'm looking forward to it coming back.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get a chance to enjoy it,
Same.
savor it last time.
Savor it.
So maybe this time
inhaled it.
I'll take my time.
I'm with you. I'm
Rich
excited
flavor.
to try it again. It was delicious.
All right, hey, folks, we have a lot of rain out there this morning. We'll let you know if it'll impact your morning commute right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Stanton Optical, you can stop waiting forever for an appointment. Same-day eye exams and walk-ins are always available. I wish other things would happen as fast. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast. Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Buy one window, get one free, and Saturday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
When an appliance you rely on goes kaput, you can count on family-owned Brothers Maine, Southern Wisconsin's local appliance authority since 1938. With thousands of in-stock options, we have the brands you want at the lowest prices guaranteed. Even big box can't beat our prices. Our experienced team of appliance experts will help you make the right selection, and we deliver it fast and free to your home. What you need when you need it. Shop appliances you can bring home today at our Madison and Janesville showrooms. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of Progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Right now, a new deal to secure funding for the Brewers Stadium. The compromise to make sure upgrades and repairs can get done.
We want to make sure we can keep people safe.
And the price of Madison's new men's shelter is going up, but one Dane County leader has a plan to cover the cost.
And here's your first look outside this morning. Day 2 of dodging raindrops on deck. Kelly?
Yeah, plenty of them earlier this morning. It is starting to break up a little bit, but we have more rain where that came from. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for waking up with us. You might have woken up to the sound of some storms moving through the area. Kind of looks like, Kelly, though, that they're pushing out of the Madison.
Yeah, it's breaking up. It's not as widespread as what we had a couple of hours ago overnight when we did have some of those storms go through and some heavy downpours. So there's a lot of puddles out there. Everything's just wet this morning, so allow some extra time headed off to work or school. But right now in Madison, you can see it has broken up quite a bit, at least on downtown Madison areas to the south. Still some showers up there toward DeForest. Marshall, seeing some of these. Might get clipped by this little shower here moving toward Belleville, headed toward Fitchburg and Verona this morning. But we are looking at some ponding of water, so allow some extra time. Obviously, when you get that water that deep, you can get some hydroplaning, so slow down, allow a lot of extra space between the vehicle and ahead of you, and keep those headlights on, even though the sun is gradually coming up this morning. So the steadier rains that we had overnight is starting to break up a little bit. Still some showers, though, passing through during the morning hours here at 9 o'clock. As we get toward the late morning hours and the noon hour, a lot of this starts to shift to the north of Madison, up toward the Dells and Wautoma. But still, just about at any time today, we can't rule out a shower and even a thunderstorm, and that could produce a heavier downpour. But we are looking at wet weather this morning, scattered about this afternoon, and scattered showers again tomorrow. So we've got a couple more days of this, but it will be dry by Thursday and really getting warm going into the upcoming weekend. So cloudy gray right now, 62 degrees with a southeast wind. It is breezy as well. Look at the chances of rain for the afternoon, and also how much we've seen so far. Pretty impressive totals coming up in about 15 minutes.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. To continuing coverage now on the efforts by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos to impeach Justice Janet Protasiewicz.
Our Shane Hogan is here this morning with details on a new lawsuit that could hurt Vos's plans to remove the new Supreme Court Justice. Shane.
Yeah, Leah, a liberal watchdog group called American Oversight is now suing that panel Vos put together to investigate the possible impeachment of Janet Protasiewicz. The lawsuit is asking a judge to order the panel to stop meeting behind closed doors. It argues that since the panel is a government body, it should be meeting in public. That's according to the complaint filed in Dane County Circuit Court. A reminder here, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos put together this 3-person panel made up of former Wisconsin Supreme Court justices to investigate a potential impeachment of Protasiewicz. So far, Vos has not confirmed who's on that panel. He is responding, though, to this new lawsuit, saying, quote, "This complaint is without merit and shows how desperate the left is to change the subject away from the more important issue of the recusal of Justice Protasiewicz." Meanwhile, the executive director for American Oversight, the group suing Vos, says, quote, "Threatening to remove an elected Supreme Court justice for partisan political gain is fundamentally anti-democratic, and to make matters worse, Speaker Vos is making his plans in secret." Important to note here, Protasiewicz has yet to decide whether she will recuse herself from the redistricting case that's pending before the court. So this is something to keep an eye on, guys, as the heat is on Justice Protasiewicz since she's taken office as the new Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah, another layer here to a rather complex political issue. Shane Hogan, thank you.
Let's take a live look now at the Wisconsin State Capitol. That's where lawmakers are working to bridge the gap on a funding deal for American Family Fields. A new change to the deal would drop the amount the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County would have to pay each year. The proposal would take those annual contributions from $7.5 million down to $5 million. The change would make the deal more agreeable to Governor Evers, who does have to sign the bill.
I just want to make sure that all the work that we did for Milwaukee County and the city of Milwaukee during the shared revenue discussions isn't just thrown out the window.
The governor had originally proposed a nearly $300 million one-time payment from the state's surplus to help pay for maintenance and upgrades. Republicans shot that proposal down.
A Janesville man now waiting for his sentence for murdering a woman inside a Wisconsin Dells hotel room. A jury found Jeremy Mondy guilty on all 4 charges, including first-degree intentional homicide. He was arrested at the View Hotel on Valentine's Day 2021. An employee found him asleep in bed and the victim on the floor of the bathroom. Mondy told police that the gun went off on accident during the argument. He later changed his story to claim self-defense. He'll be sentenced in January.
Authorities in Juneau County are continuing to ask the public for help finding a woman who's been missing now for 3 months. 43-year-old Leah Stewart was last seen on the 4th of July near Mauston. She was wearing a black shirt, dark-colored shorts, and no shoes when she disappeared. In a news release, the Juneau County Sheriff's Office asks folks to check their property for anything that appears to be disturbed or out of place.
6:35 now. The Dane County Executive has a new plan to come up with extra money needed for the new Madison men's shelter. He wants the county to chip in even more, an extra $1.5 million. This comes after project leaders revealed that costs for the project were going up. They want more daytime space for the facility and a backup generator. Executive Director Joe Parisi for Dane County added that the generator is necessary to prevent people from being forced out in the elements, like during a power outage in the summer of 2019.
As everyone knows, and a lot of people have experienced in the last few years, the cost of construction keeps on going up. And so we just want to make sure there are going to be a lot of lives living over there, spending time there. We want to make sure we can keep people safe. But also this will be, the whole facility will be designed with providing services.
Dane County had already promised $9 million for the project. This extra $1.5 million would come from the 2024 budget and need board approval.
6:36 now. Between ESPN, Fox, the Big Ten Network, other sports channels, it can be hard to keep up with what networks are broadcasting Badger football games. Well, you won't find Wisconsin's next game on any of those channels. Instead, it's going to stream on Peacock. That's the NBC app. The Badgers don't have to play this weekend. They have a bye, but when they host Rutgers on October 7th at 11 a.m., you're going to need a Peacock subscription to be able to watch.
Meantime, Packers are going to have a programming switch up this week. Packers are hosting the Lions Thursday night, and this year, Thursday night games are on Amazon Prime. You'll need a subscription to watch that due to a contractual agreement between the NFL and Amazon. You do need that subscription. Kickoff for Thursday's game is set for 7:15.
Hard to keep it all straight. New information now. Over half of American workers say their salary isn't enough to cover the cost of living. That's according to a new Bank of America survey. It shows 67% of employees say that cost of living is outpacing growth in their salary and their wages. 80% of people aged 35 to 44 feel stressed about money. The survey finds women are much more worried than men are. The average family spending about $700 more on a monthly basis on the same goods and services as compared to 2 years ago. This is according to data collected by Moody's.
Hey, folks, we need your help. We're in the middle of our Coats for Kids campaign with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County. We need a lot of coats, mittens, hats, scarves, and snowsuits. You've already donated more than 1,300 items, and we are grateful for that, but we're trying to get to 5,000 this year. You can drop off those donations at any Clinky Cleaner or give through our Amazon wish list at channel3000.com.
In just 3 days, a part of the streaming service that started it all will be closing down. The father of streaming services, Netflix, is shutting down its mail-order DVD rentals on Friday. Their first DVD, in case you were wondering, it was Beetlejuice back in March of 1998. Over the years, the company has sent out nearly 5 billion DVD copies.
And look at that, they're making a new Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice all this time later.
Serendipitous, you might say.
Yeah. Boy, that was a big change in the times when Netflix started doing that. And then they just grew like gangbusters into that behemoth of a streaming company.
I didn't know they were still doing this. Who is ordering these DVDs?
Right.
Is that you?
It's like, no, not me.
It's him.
You see those bins at all the big box stores with all the DVDs still. Somebody's buying them. Somebody's getting them. Somebody's watching.
It's 6:38. Coming up after the break, a new test that could spot long COVID, how it works, and the possible relief for millions.
And after a stormy night, the showers are starting to break up a little bit, but we can expect some more rain. We have some impressive totals for you coming up in the First Warn forecast.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Duramax vinyl storage sheds are built to withstand the outdoor elements and provide plenty of storage space for yard work equipment. This 8x10 storage shed is $799.99 after rebate. Fall is the best time to plant grass seed. Schultz repairs thinning areas and bare spots in your lawn. A 3-pound bag covers up to 2,000 square feet. Right now, only $899 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
As a pro, Floor & Decor is my go-to to get it all. Tile, wood, stone, installation materials, tools, they've got it all, and they've got my back.
At Floor & Decor, with pro benefits and services, we've got you covered. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Announcing the winners of Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Congratulations to Roth Cheese for winning bronze for Best Cheese Producer. Roth Cheese, always good. See all the winners on MadisonMagazine.com.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 2.1% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
He was last seen fleeing from a traffic stop in Rock County. Months later, his body was discovered in an abandoned home miles away.
It was very shocking to us.
What happened to Christopher Miller? His family feels they've been left in the dark.
We have that right to know.
News 3 Now probes for answers in an exclusive discussion with the Rock County Sheriff's Office.
You have a family here that feels like they weren't heard, that feels like they were dismissed. What do you say to that?
News 3 Now investigates Thursday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
In this morning's Health Watch, researchers say they may have found potential biomarkers for long COVID. That's good news for a condition that's been really tough to diagnose. This could give scientists a way to objectively measure who has long COVID and whether or not experimental treatment are working. Patients in the study with long COVID had lower levels of the hormone cortisol in the morning. They also had evidence of immune dysregulation, suggesting that the dormant virus reawakened in their bodies.
Free COVID tests, meanwhile, from the federal government are available yet again. You can get 4 tests per U.S. household by placing an order at covidtest.gov. The rapid test can be taken at home and used regardless of whether somebody has symptoms. They should be good through the end of the year. U.S. COVID hospitalizations, by the way, have been on the rise since July.
President Joe Biden is going to be visiting the picket lines in Michigan today to support the United Auto Workers Union. Former President Donald Trump, meantime, also plans to make a stop to talk with picketers. Sharday Gray has the story.
I don't need to be working shoulder to shoulder with my brothers and sisters, and we are all on different pay scales. I mean, that's not what the union is about. And like I said, we're fighting this corporate greed. They want to suppress our wages. They want to keep us in the building 24/7.
Auto workers say they're not asking for anything out of line.
The end goal is to end tiered wages, bring back cost of living allowance that we used to have. You know, we're fighting for other things, pensions, those were taken away. There's job security issues.
Steve Greger says he's worked in the auto industry for more than 2 decades. He's had to work 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet.
I'm making less per hour than I was 23 years ago. What's wrong with that picture?
Senator Dick Durbin joined the picket line.
People are thinking more seriously about unions now than they have in a long time.
In Naperville at the Stellantis plant, more auto workers joined the cause, like Don DeJack, who has been working at Stellantis as a driver for 15 years.
I actually live in an apartment in Oswego with 2 other guys from St. Louis, and we split the rent, and we've been doing it for 15 years. So it's been a real struggle because we all have homes down there and families.
He's had to make hard choices.
It's been a big sacrifice. It's been hard on my family because I never got to see my kids grow up. I was transplanted up here.
That was Sharday Gray reporting there. Meantime, our former President Donald Trump plans on visiting auto workers tomorrow instead of attending the second Republican presidential primary debate.
It's 6:45 now. Kelly Slifka's outside with your first warn weather. We've heard the rain hitting his umbrella all morning long. Seems like we've got a little pause in those raindrops right now.
Yeah, just a few sprinkles now on the patio here. Not enough to need the umbrella, but I would take it with you, even though the heavier, steadier rains have become more scattered. Just about at any time you can expect one of these showers. Now, yesterday we actually had one supercell storm that actually triggered a brief touchdown of a tornado. This is just to the east of New Glarus. It was headed toward Belleville. Thankfully, no damage with that. That was just after 6 o'clock yesterday evening. All of us saw some storms. All of us got some pretty heavy rains, especially southwestern Dane County. This is our Doppler radar estimates, upwards of 5 inches plus. There, just to the east of Perry, you can see that bullseye there, that red. But even in the Madison area, right in downtown Madison, 1 to 2 inches, fairly widespread across Madison. So all of Dane County really got walloped with some pretty good rainfall, and really much of southern Wisconsin, generally 1 to 2 inches of rain. But we do have some pockets of heavier rains of 2, 3, 4 inches of rain extended to the west, the southwest side of Madison, southwest Dane County, all the way down toward Platteville. That was some of the heaviest rain. Now it's broken up a little bit. We're not seeing the steady rains like we did earlier. A lot of that has shifted a little bit further to the east, but we are still expecting some more showers to continue going into the afternoon. It will be a little bit more scattered, but you can count on a shower just about at any time. I think I'm going to get wet here fairly shortly if I don't get inside, but you see this one shower that's headed toward the southwest side of Madison that may produce a brief shower that could accumulate enough to need the umbrella. So the chances this morning are the best, and they should start to diminish here over the next couple of hours, at least for a time, but just about at any time during the morning hours into the afternoon. Probably keep that umbrella with you. Probably might have to dodge a brief downpour. This will continue tonight through tomorrow morning, but then it should start to taper off tomorrow afternoon. Rainfall amounts, we could pick up another inch and a half here in the Madison area. Other locations, about 1/4 of an inch the way it looks right now. So we've got a wet Tuesday for us, a little bit more scattered tomorrow. Looks like it'll be dry Thursday through next Tuesday, and this weekend looks great, maybe getting close to 80 by Sunday. 62 right now in Madison, Janesville at 64. So the showers scattered about, kind of rotating around the storm system off to the west. It's just a really slow-moving storm system, but we'll get under some of these bands of some heavier rains, at least for the morning hours. A little bit more scattered activity this afternoon, but can't rule out a thunderstorm popping up as the storm system just slowly starts to dive down to our south. So we got a couple wet days for us, 70 today, 68 tomorrow. Looks like we will clear up Thursday, and then we're looking at beautiful weather Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. First day of October is Sunday, maybe topping about 80 degrees. Might continue into early next week as well.
Okay, Kelly Slifka, thank you. 6:47. A Wisconsin woman's turned her home into her own kind of 100-acre wood.
From stuffed animals to keychains, even a faucet. If it's anything Winnie the Pooh related, Deb Hoffman has it. Take a look. You got to see to believe this. This all exists inside Deb's Waukesha home. The collection's so big, they had to add an addition for the rest of her items. Right now, it totals more than 23,000 pieces of memorabilia. Hoffman says she finds items at thrift stores through the internet. Some are donated. She hopes her collection can inspire others to follow their passions and hobbies.
You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So if there's something that you like to do you like to collect? Do you like to drink coffee? Do you like visiting museums? Do you like a sport? Whatever it is, follow it and have fun.
All right. Well, hey, in case you're wondering whose record she broke, well, it was her own. Guinness World Records recertified her record in February, sent her an updated plaque earlier this summer.
Well, isn't that something?
So you're saying that window collection I have in my basement is totally normal and acceptable and, in fact, healthy?
Well, to catch up with this lady, it looks like you'd have a ways to go.
You tell my husband that.
Oh. Congratulations on your recertified record.
That's a big deal. 6:49 coming up in the morning sprint. What to expect for the upcoming winter and how El Nino will play into the forecast.
Yeah, if you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know. We'll show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh ground beef, just $2.98 for a 1-pound roll. Honeycrisp apples, just $1.88 a pound. And Hy-Vee tomato or chicken noodle soup, just 48 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Follow the fall colors to the Oakwood Fruit Farm, just east of Richland Center. Fresh apple cider, homemade caramel apples, and our legendary apple cider donuts are delicious treats your whole family will love. Fill up on pumpkins, cheese, and of course, fresh apples. Over 20 varieties to choose from. Our family has kept this tradition going every fall since 1904 and want your family to be a part of it too. Come to the Oakwood Fruit Farm, just east of scenic Richland Center. Visit oakwoodfruitfarm.com.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us. US Cellular, built for us.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's get to yours with an SUV like the Ford Edge with a bright 12-inch LCD touchscreen, the power of an EcoBoost engine to get up and go, intelligent all-wheel drive, and a panoramic Vista roof to get a better view of your world. Be future ready with Ford Edge. Choose FlexBuy on Edge with 0% APR financing for 66 months, plus 1,000 FlexBuy cash and 1,000 low APR cash, only at your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Get ready for a culinary blast from the past. Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2023 Taste Throwback Edition. Enjoy rockin' flavors at this totally rad throwback retro extravaganza. Dressed to impress in 70s to the 2010s style. Help us honor the Best of Madison Readers Poll winners and celebrate with libations and culinary samples. October 16th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Get your tickets now at madisonmagazine.com.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are bone-in pork shoulder roast, just $1.68 a pound. Coke products or AHA, just $4.99 each when you buy 3. And Lunchables or P3, just $1.48, only at Hy-Vee.
Rediscover life without pain. SSM Health Orthopedics.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Pay for thousands of Wisconsinites is at risk as the government's likely to shut down in just 5 days. If Congress can't pass a spending bill by September 30th, millions of Americans who are federal employees will stop getting paid. Here in Wisconsin, over 40,000 workers could go without a paycheck with no end date.
A liberal watchdog group's now suing the panel Assembly Speaker Robin Vos put together to investigate the impeachment of Justice Janet Protasiewicz. The lawsuit is asking a judge to order the panel to stop meeting behind closed doors. It argues the panel is a government body, so it should be meeting in public. That's according to the complaint filed in Dane County Circuit Court. Authorities in Juneau County are asking the public for more help in finding a woman who's been missing now for 3 months. 43-year-old Leah Stewart was last seen on the 4th of July near Mauston. She was wearing a black shirt, dark-colored shorts, and no shoes when she disappeared. You should call the Juneau County Sheriff's Office at that number on your screen, also up on channel3000.com, if you have any idea where she might be. The Janesville Police Department has a new top cop this morning. Former Deputy Chief Chad Pearson will step in on an interim basis after David Moore retired last week. He'll be responsible for the department's day-to-day operations. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Mark Ransloff has been appointed to acting deputy police chief to fill Pearson's role.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says we should expect a warmer and drier winter. That's because El Nino is expected to be strong this year. El Nino occurs when ocean temperatures are warmer than normal for an extended period of time. Historically, that leads to milder winters in the Pacific Northwest, the Plains, and here in the Midwest.
Taylor Schabusiness's sentencing is expected to go on as scheduled after her attorney withdrew a request to postpone it. Schabusiness was convicted of 3 charges for murder, dismemberment, and sexual assault of Shad Thyron in a Green Bay home last year. Intentional homicide carries a mandatory life prison term.
20 Wisconsin students are recovering after their bus crashed on Monday. It happened in Rib Mountain outside Wausau. The students had to go to the hospital, but they are expected to be okay. The Rib Mountain School District is declining to comment, instead referring parents to the Wisconsin State Patrol. The bus company, First Student, has also not commented on the condition of the driver.
For the first time since 2015, IndyCar is returning to the Milwaukee Mile. Next year's event will also feature the first ever IndyCar Series doubleheader over Labor Day weekend. Tickets are expected to go on sale in January. The Milwaukee Mile has been hosting races since 1903. There have been a total of 114 IndyCar races hosted at the track over the course of 9 decades.
For the first time in U.S. history, a sitting president will join an ongoing strike. President Biden will join picketers in Michigan for the United Auto Workers strike against the big 3 automakers, Ford, Stellantis, and General Motors. Former President Trump will be in Detroit tomorrow, too, instead of attending the second Republican primary debate.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, a wet Tuesday morning for us, but the steadier rain has now lifted up to the north and off to the east, but still some showers now moving into the Verona area. Fitchburg seeing some of these showers as well. These will be fairly light this morning, but we did get a lot of accumulation of 1 to 2 inches of rain overnight, so that has caused a lot of puddles out there and ponding of water on the road, so allow some extra time. I think it'll be more scattered, it looks like, for the rest of today. Won't have the steady rains like we saw yesterday, but can't rule out a heavy downpour going into the afternoon hours into the evening. As we look at temperatures near 70, it's going to be a drippy Tuesday and more showers in our forecast tomorrow. Looks much nicer by Thursday and really beautiful weather setting up for Friday. Weekend, first day of October, could be up close to 80 degrees.
Sign us up.
Yeah.
Callie, thank you.
News and weather update coming up in 30 minutes.